All right, well, incredible, of course. And Michael Flatley's Lord of the Dance, Dangerous Game, is a spectacular new staging of the traditional masterpiece with all the precisions and the thrills of the original. It features new staging, new costumes and choreography, as well as cutting-edge technology, including a giant radiant flat screen that spans the width of the stage. Special effects, of course, are also included in terms of their lighting and dancing robots and world champions acrobats. After it received raved local reviews, the show is backed by popular demand in Johannesburg at Monte Casino. All right. Now, to talk to us more about this, we're joined, of course, by the cast members. I just had to grab the microphones for them. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for coming through. I'll start with you, Matt Smith.
Hiya.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
You take this microphone?
Thank you.
Yes. And all these beautiful dancers, how do they come about?
We've all started from a young age.
Oh.
I started when I was 5, Erin 4, and Mary 4 as well.
All right, so between 4 and 5, that's where it all started.
You generally start, yeah.
All right, but how has the journey been? It means so being part of this incredible cast.
Yeah, it's been great. We obviously all joined with the aspiration to join the show at some point.
Yeah.
So you go through a competitive stage where you do local competitions, and then yeah, we just want to join the show, and yeah, it's the peak of our career, really.
All right, now I'm going to ask you about Cape Town. I know that you performed for the very first time in Cape Town. How was the response?
Yeah, it was really good. None of us have did Cape Town before, but it went down really well.
Yeah.
And just as good as it went down here last time.
Yeah, in Johannesburg. So you're also back in Johannesburg. You last performed in Johannesburg in 2015, right? If you can just pass the microphone to her.
Yeah, this is actually my first time performing here, but we were here 2 years ago as a troupe, and it went down really well. So we're glad to be back again.
Yeah, I can imagine. Now, Matt, back to you, of course. You're playing the role of the Lord, of course, which was originally played by McILravey, who had his last performance in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
How is it being in his shoes? Are the shoes too big to fill, maybe?
Sometimes it feels like it, yeah. But no, it's obviously amazing. It's great to be mentored by him and be taught, you know, by doing the role that he created. It's pretty much a dream come true. So yeah, it's great.
Yeah, but what have you learned specifically from him?
All like the techniques and tiny little things, performing to a big crowd. I've obviously never done that before when I joined the show.
A little bit of a stage fright right there.
Yeah, probably at the beginning, but then he gets you comfortable with the crowd, and they get on their feet at the end and they're enjoying it, so yeah, it's good.
And how has it been? Because you said it's actually your first time.
Yes, it's been really good so far. We've got our first show here tonight.
Yeah.
So we were looking forward to the next 3 weeks.
All right. Kate, now you joined the Lord of the Dance when you were, no, it says 17 years here, which is wrong, of course, and you said 4.
No, I was 17 when I joined.
When you joined this one, but the dance started back at 4. What's your most memorable moment?
Probably dancing in Vegas for Michael Flatley's last show. It was just such a build up to it, and it was really special for him and for the whole cast, and I was lucky enough to perform lead for it, so it was really memorable.
Mary, besides the fact that of course you started this Irish dancing back in your very early age, what techniques do you learn from the dancing? What does it even take for you to be able to do the moves? I was actually asked by my studio producer that I must try it, so I don't know if I've got the right shoes on.
It takes a lot of determination and hard work, so we practice every day and rehearse constantly to make sure that our technique is top-notch, because we're performing in front of so many people.
And a lot of the dance, of course, that has actually changed the world of dance, more particularly so the Irish dance. How does it feel to be part of this global stage show?
It's a dream come true. It's a great privilege to be touring with them. To continue on.
And what have you learned throughout the tour?
I've learned that there are good days and bad days, but you have to keep pushing through it, and tour can be long, but at the end it's so worth it, and I wouldn't change it for anything.
Talk to us about those bad days. We'd love to know what those bad days are.
Not necessarily bad days, no, but it does.
But
sometimes
every day has its own ups and downs.
Exactly.
That's what you mean.
Yes, we're on tour for quite some time, and it can be hard being away from home, but at the end of the day, we're all a little family together, so it makes it all worth it.
Much more easy, of course. And obviously, you're hosting a pop-up workshops for everyone here in Johannesburg. Talk to us about those, Matt, quickly.
Yeah,
the workshops?
At the workshops, you'll get a chance to learn the steps that we do on stage. and get a chance to dance on stage with us and see backstage all the costumes, all of the pyrotechnics, everything that goes on. So it's a must. It's not an opportunity to be missed.
That's very interesting. Well, guys, we'll leave it at that for now, but thank you so much for chatting to us here on Morning Live. I'm looking forward to your teachings.
Thank you. We're looking forward to it too. Do I have the right shoes on though?
Yeah, you can get it going. I can try them. All right, okay. I'm going to do that. Well, it's 22 minutes after 8 o'clock. It's time for your sport, and Raylan is standing by there. I don't know, do you want to be part of this?
All right, thank you very much, Bliss. I don't know about me actually trying that out, but those dancers are as much athletes as any of the professionals that I report on each and every single day. A very good morning to you, to Final Sports Bulletin. And we start with rugby news, where Lions prop Ruandre has been called into the Springbok squad in place of the injured Frans Malherbe. Malherbe is due to miss the tournament after undergoing scans to determine the severity of a neck injury. The other players in the squad with niggles have, however, shown good progress. The Springboks kick off their rugby championship on Saturday against Argentina in PE.
The Springboks have been training in Nelson Mandela Bay since last week. Scrum half Ross Cronje is still nursing a shoulder injury sustained during the final of the Super Rugby competition. Yako Krill is over his bout of flu, whilst Vice-Captain Siako Lisi has recovered from an ankle sprain. Fly-half Henry Pollard continued with his on-field rehabilitation and will not be considered for this weekend. The Boks have a good record here and have beaten